On this week's Flame Central, Liberty football opens fall camp. We're there to bring you the latest, and the Malik Willis hype continues to build.
Plus, Liberty basketball heads to Puerto Rico for a preseason tour. We give you a look at their trip. Flame Central starts right now.
You can call him Mr. Watchlist. Malik Willis continues to get recognized, and we bring you another special moment from the past 50 years of Liberty athletics. What's up? Welcome to Flame Central. He's the Canuck with all the luck, Rhett McGibbon, and I'm Matt Warner.
Hey, before we take a ride on the Willis hype train, there was another reason to get excited this past week. Liberty football opened their fall camp with a bang.
Yeah, after a record-setting season, day one of fall camp has been a much-anticipated day on the calendar for Liberty football, and Coach Hugh Freeze wanted to set the tone, set it right from the start for a season that carries some high expectations.
Here we go, fellas. 3 claps, rip. Welcome to Fall Camp 2021, man. Be alert. Be alert. Stand firm. I could think of no better way to kick off Fall Camp 2021. One of the guys that I have the utmost respect for.
Now, here's the deal. Some of you gonna catch it, some of you not. To much is given, much is required. Which means what? Y'all got work to do, and can't nobody slack this year. Too much is given, much is required. Too much is given, much is required, but don't worry about it. Because if you do what's required, you're gonna get the reward that comes with it. Squeeze that thing! Yes, sir!
Rise, and then go out, right? I wanna go what? Straight from the ground to the man.
Hey. Liberty, y'all about to win so you can influence them, not them influence you. You about to win. Some great stuff about to happen to you, some stuff that you can't understand, some stuff that you can't comprehend. If you do what you're supposed to do, you're gonna be blessed. But when you get blessed, you're not supposed to be blessed so you can do what they doing. You're gonna get blessed so they can do what you're doing.
Play with technique and do your job. Everybody got it?
Set the doggone standards. No more following. Listen to me, young people. Listen to me. The coordinates to being champions don't change. You can't change it. You can't be a champion when you feel. It's not a feeling, it's a principle. There are things that you have to do. We talked about it today. Be alert. If a kid want to play football, where should they come? And you gotta think about that every time you practice. Go. You gotta think about that every time you watch film. You gotta think about that every time you go out there and play. Every single time you gotta think about that. That y'all have the ability to make people want to come here. When we play, we do it to the glory of God. We do it to the glory of God. And may the world know who Liberty is. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, 5 years ago I didn't know. But last year, we all knew who you guys were. Don't take last year for granted. Because last year's work ain't good for this year's schedule. You were a secret last year. It's out now. We're about to go to a whole nother level this year. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go.
Oh, I love it. All business. Well, Flame Central is going to keep you up to date with the latest news around Liberty football. And to start things off, our own Emily Austin joins us from week 1 of fall camp.
The fall camp continues for Flames football, and you know, there seems to be a little bit of a different buzz around the mountain this year, and I don't think it has anything to do with the success that the Flames had last season. I asked quarterback Malik Willis, when did he turn the page on that successful chapter the Flames had, and he said, well, about a week after the Cure Bowl victory, when I started working out and throwing again. Plus, yes, the Flames have a ton of returners this year, but they also have a number of talented transfers, not to mention this incoming freshman class, so you can understand why Coach Freeze isn't making any decisions based on last year's roster.
This is our team. This is not, it's not last year's team, it's this year's team, and whether you're a transfer on it, a newcomer, or a guy that's been here 4 years, we're all equal parts of the team. Once we say this is this year's team that hits on the field, we're going to play the ones that earn it. And you know what? I'm always trying to out-recruit you. I'm always trying to find in the next class
One positive in this year's camp that seems to be a luxury looking back to last season is that these guys have been playing together and working out together spring and all throughout summer. And during that time, something has stood out to Willis.
They work hard. That's the main thing. When you work hard, you already stand out to me, because if you work hard, you're working hard not only for yourself but for everybody. And they just have great attitudes. That's everybody. That's all the new guys. And I was just glad to see them get out there and get a chance to work with the team for the first time. I feel like that was an important part. Really glad to have those guys, and I feel like they'll bring a lot to the team.
Fall camp is usually such a grind for these players physically, but Coach Freeze said that with such an experienced group, I mean, these guys have been playing so much football for him the last 2 years that he's going to manage the amount of snaps throughout fall camp and really put a focus on the quality of snap rather than the quantity.
Yeah, thank you, Emily. You know, Hugh Freeze is in a position most coaches would kill to be in. So much experience back on this team that really you can spend camp just kind of fine-tuning things. You know, that's not usually what you're doing this time of year, but he's fine-tuning with this program. And also, you don't have to take a lot of chances going full pads and suffering a potentially season-changing injury.
Yeah, also, it's hard to fathom that this team could actually be better than last year. And you heard Emily say quantity over quality, or quality over quantity,
right,
that is.
Yeah.
But you think Darrell Johnson, a guy a little bit more rest, could he up that sack total? It's going to be fun to watch.
It will be a fun year for sure. All right, let's turn to the quarterback now. We referenced Malik Willis earlier as Mr. Watch List. Well, this is why. Willis has recently been named to the Manning Award watch list. The Manning Award, the only quarterback award that includes the player's bowl performance. To go along with the Manning, Willis is one of 42 players named to the CFPA National Performer of the Year watch list. Over the past several weeks, he's also been named to the Davey O'Brien, Maxwell, and Walter Camp Player of the Year award watch list. Basically, that's a lot of lists to watch, Rhett.
It is so many. And he's joined by a couple of teammates as well on those watch lists. Flames long snapper Austin Mock named to the Patrick Manley preseason watch list. This award goes to the unsung hero in football, the long snapper. And Cooper McCaw from the Flames O-line also was placed on the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose watch list. This award is given to the top offensive player in D1 football. Great to see the Flames O-line getting some love. Well, another way to stay up to date with Liberty football is the Flame Central podcast. With training camp underway, our undivided attention is going to be on the gridiron. This week, we had Flames defensive line coach Josh Aldridge join us to talk about one of the more talented position groups that the Flames have this season and what he hopes to see during camp.
The adrenaline's going to wear off in camp after about day 4 or 5.
I was about to say 3.
Yeah, everybody's going to be excited day one. Everybody in the world, everybody's undefeated, blah, blah, blah. What I want to see after about day 4 or 5 is, can we be consistent and not make the same mistakes? You know, I tell them all the time, it's okay to make a new mistake. We don't want to make the same mistakes, and that's a big thing that I'm looking for. And then those older guys, you're not as much evaluating them. You know what they can do. What you want to see is how can they establish a leadership role and bring those young guys along, and they should definitely be the ones who are consistent. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of the order of operations for me, is just the culture, be where you're supposed to be, play the right way, and then after that, now that you do know, once they do know, you want to see that consistency.
Well, if you want to hear more interviews just like Coach Aldridge during the football season, be sure to subscribe to the Flame Central podcast on Apple or Spotify. Wherever you listen to your podcasts, we are there. Our goal is to keep you as up to date as possible during camp in what is sure to be an entertaining season. You won't want to miss it.
Well, while Liberty football was grinding on the gridiron, Liberty basketball was getting some work in as well. Only theirs came outside of the continental 48 states. You know, the NCAA allows basketball teams to take a foreign trip once every 4 years, and the Flames elected to take theirs this year to Puerto Rico. A great opportunity for the players to experience a new culture and also get some work in. In addition to the 10 practices the Flames were allowed before the trip, they also took part in 3 games while in Puerto Rico, winning all 3. Remember, this is a roster with 8 underclassmen, so any chance to get them on the court together in game-like situations is valuable. With more on this trip, head coach Richie McKay turned dogged sports reporter, and he spoke with the star player.
Hello, Flames Nation. I'm Coach McKay here with the one and the only Darius McGee. Darius, 4 days in Puerto Rico, 3 games. Give me a quick recap on your thoughts on how our team played and maybe a little bit about how you played individually.
I think it was a great experience for our team. I think
we've grown a little bit. Like, it was fun to get out there and play against somebody other than ourselves. So I was excited to see how the young guys would handle the situation. I think they definitely handled themselves.
Which of the young guys do you think handled themselves the best?
It's a tie between Brody and JV. JV, you know, his athleticism and his prowess on the defensive end would take care of himself, and it was good to see him make plays. And Brody, he's just a killer, like a silent assassin.
Now, you might have said Joseph because of how many times he picked you at half court in practice and went the other way?
We don't call fouls in our practice, but we'll leave it.
Oh, it was the referee's fault. Okay. Now, we partook in some activities off the court. Do you want to talk about any of those?
Yeah, I think we as a team took part in ziplining this morning. I don't think Coach made that trip, but it was fun. We ziplined on four line today. A couple of guys were scared. One of them, I'll rat him out, Brody Peoples.
Wait, Peeves was scared?
Yeah, his face was kind of like this.
All right, Darius, let's cap us off with just a quick hot take about the funniest thing that happened to you or your most embarrassing moment since you've been at Liberty. I can think of one in particular. I'm curious if you'll shout it out.
Coach, I don't.
Oh, you don't know? Flame fans, you'll have to wait until next time. This is Coach McKay and Darius McGee from Puerto Rico. I know you know a little Spanish. Send us off. Hola.
Ciao.
Great stuff. We go from one McKay to another. Gabriel McKay, or G as they call him, is no stranger to having his voice heard. As a teenager, G could be frequently seen in the seats of the Vine Center, airing his thoughts for all to hear. And now as a member of Flames basketball, not a lot has changed. Here's Gabriel McKay, mic'd up in Puerto Rico.
Good finish. Good work, boy. Mama, I'm mic'd up. Mama, good pass. One more. Yeah, KR. There he is. There he is. I'm gonna tell the camera this one thing. Every time they say Darius, it's Darius Marie. And so I said it like 8 times. Darius Marie. It's electric. And I want him to do it at Liberty games. Good work, Peeps. Good work. Hey, you know how cold that would have been? Oh, I don't know how they knew it. I know, it was a great move. Darius Marie. I'm not joking, I think I could be a really good announcer. Like a play-by-play analysis. Pressing at the top, key, finds Peebles, out to roll, one chop, jump fake, out to McDowell, left wing. Back to road up top, roll from deep. Got it! Hey! Good find. Oh, DJ shoots. DJ. Wetter. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, DJ. Hit it. Go, Tart. That's what I'm talking about, Deej. I'm not saying coach is in my blood, but it kinda it is. Because I told DJ Moore to shoot it up there. He then gets right here, shoots it, wet ball. The home crowd goes crazy, DJ Moore. Who's the real Coach McKay? One more. That is Marie!
Well, sticking with basketball, we recently had former Flame and current Washington Wizard Caleb Homesley on our podcast to talk about his upcoming summer. Finally, Summer League started for Caleb, and he did not disappoint. The Liberty great led the Wizards with 17 points in 25 minutes of playing time. Perhaps the most impressive part of his game came from beyond the arc, where Homesley connected on 3 of 4 from 3. Caleb was trying to lock down a spot with the Wizards moving forward. After signing a multi-year non-guaranteed contract with the Wizards in May, Homesley was waived by Washington just last week. However, he is still part of their Summer League team, and he's making a strong case for the NBA after a great start. Well, we mentioned on last week's show that this is a special year for Liberty University as the school celebrates its golden anniversary.
Yeah, so as part of the celebration, we're going to be bringing you a highlight each week from the past 50 years.
Yeah, this week it's the Flames' historic win over Eastern Michigan.
October 14th, 1989. Trailing by 5 points with just 17 seconds left in the game, Robbie Justino's pass is tipped into the hands of tight end Eric Green, giving the Flames a 25-24 victory over Eastern Michigan in Liberty's first ever matchup against an FBS foe. It was Green's 10th catch of the game and kept the Flames' record in Sam Ritigliano's first season an unblemished 5-0.
Matt, I don't know about you, but how on earth they had Eric Green blocking, just blocking for so many years before Coach Ritigliano came blows my mind.
Yeah, first-round draft pick.
Yeah,
The
21st
Flames'
overall.
Only first-round draft pick. Perhaps, though, there's another one in the works coming up in Malik Willis. But also, it's just a reminder of how far this program has come. The first FBS win all the way back then, now it's routine and a Flames program that's been in the top 25 for much of last season. They've come a long way.
Oh, they sure have. Been so much fun to watch, and I love these memories. It is absolutely great. Wait, coming up on Flames Central, they say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but maybe not for the Lady Flames. We're not so sure.
Plus, ziplining in Puerto Rico. You don't want to miss it. Flames Central when we come back.
At Liberty University, we don't just believe everyone should have access to higher education, we make it happen. That's why we are offering our Middle America Scholarship to help families like yours by providing over $20,000 over the course of 4 years. Money should not hold you back from the life-changing experience at Liberty University. Find out if you qualify for the Middle America Scholarship today.
At the fence, leaping! Wow! To the 5, pylon, he's in!
God's calling for your life can be specific, and at Liberty, we're committed to equipping you to pursue that calling. Choose from more than 300 residential programs of study, or design your own major through interdisciplinary studies, and be confident your major is the perfect fit. No matter how specific your calling, you'll find a program of study to match at Liberty University, and become your best as a champion for Christ.
Where you train is where you learn how to say, I know this. I've done this. I've got this. I'm ready. So you can surpass expectations when they say you're hired. At Liberty University, you'll train in world-class facilities as you prepare for a world-class career.
Welcome back to Flames Central. You know, there are a lot of new faces on the Lady Flames basketball team this year. So with the season quickly approaching, team chemistry will be a vital part of their success. So to find that chemistry, the Lady Flames left the court and kicked things off at the Diamond.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay, there's pebbles in my shoe.
This is going crazy!
gosh, we need to take it down a notch. Basketball's our sport, y'all. Wait, I think I got it. Y'all don't win this now. Should I go for strength or should I try to bunch it? Like,
they're kind of far out. It's up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Both will be good.
Okay. Oh God! Dang it. I don't think this sport is for me. Yeah.
I can't aim at all.
You can't? It's okay. I always kick it up high. And then did you see me not catch it? Ah! Oh no. Ah! I'm sorry. I started off good, and then now I'm just not doing very well. I shouldn't be talking to you. You're the opposition. See ya. I hope you lose. Oh my gosh. There's a bee. There's a bee on me. Ah! I can't. Okay, it's gone. Oh yeah! Yeah, Emma! Nope, she's not gonna catch it. Right here. Yeah! Woo! 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 Good game. Good game.
Hey, still to come, it wasn't all business in Puerto Rico for the Flames. A little fun in the sun when Flames Central returns.
Your future career will ask you to analyze, assess, implement, react, make smart decisions in a split second. With the Liberty University degree, you'll be ready because your first day on the equipment comes long before your first day on the job. Get ready to take on tomorrow, today.
Times are changing. At Liberty, we've made it our priority to grow, to learn, to improve. But even with all the change, our purpose remains. We want to equip people to go make a difference through their calling in their communities around the world. And though we are blessed with an amazing campus, our most valuable resource has always been the people, our students, and those who inspire them. It's the people who serve, maintain, support. It's you.
But what's really important? Not the buildings, not the mountain, not the property, but the young people who use these buildings, who study in these facilities. They are important.
No matter what the future holds, we will stay focused on our goal. And the people of Liberty University are how we will continue to carry out our mission. They are the ones who empower us to
Training champions for Christ. Champions for Christ.
Training champions for Christ.
Home. It's a feeling that can't quite be put into words. It's a collection of memories, the experiences that make you who you are. Home is the place that brings together people who matter to you. For some, it's the family you're born with. For others, the family you choose. Home is always changing, always growing. But the heart of what makes it special remains the same. The legacy of those who also called this place home lives on. And now, we come home. We remember our past, celebrate the present, and embrace the future. This is Liberty. This is home.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Flame Central. You saw Liberty basketball getting ready for the season on the court, but you're in Puerto Rico. You need to have some fun, so the group did a team-building activity.
Yeah, right. I know you're not a big heights guy.
No.
Anybody that's watched this show knows that, so you may not have enjoyed this team activity, but we went along with the Flames for a little ziplining. You heard Darius McGee reference it earlier, and here's a look at how it all went down.
I went ziplining as a kid in 6th grade. But I was a lot smaller then, so this might be a little bit different experience.
Even if you're spinning, turning, or going in backwards, don't freak out. We're gonna stop you the same way.
A little nervous. I think it'll be worth it at the end, but I'm definitely feeling a little nervous right now. So.
Brody Peoples, a little nervous.
Nah, I was a little nervous. It was worth it though.
Yeah. Worth it? JV?
We need more, man. We need to go skydiving or something, bro. One enough. I think the adrenaline rush.
Something wrong with him.
I think the adrenaline rush was worth it.
Hey, don't. What do you think?
It was fun, bro. Ready to go to the beach.
They had to melt 2 helmets together for Blake, just to let you guys know.
Oh, that part right early on where you see the trees, it's just a line,
Yeah.
that makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about all the ways that you would fall and die.
Yeah, you and Brody Peoples would have been in the same
We'd have
camp
been
because he was
buds.
like up until the last second thinking about just bailing
Oh.
and getting out of there. The scariest part, though, for me, was that we had to trust Darius McGee to hold on to our little camera. Like I said,
That's
Darius,
true.
you dropped that. Your NLI money is paying for a new one. I said, so you better just make sure you hang on to that thing, and thankfully he did. All right, well, that about does it for this week's show. As always, you can find more LibertyFlamesCentral.com.
Yeah, and check out our podcast as well. Tons of great stuff coming up with football season getting rolling.
Absolutely. He's Rhett. I'm Matt. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you right back here next week.